How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, I want to talk this Terence Crawford. Man, he really went in on Errol Spence, man. You guys got to check out the video. It's about a 20-minute video, I believe. He's talking about Errol Spence. And, he's talking about, everything that's been transpiring lately with the negotiations and, all of the things that needed to be taken care of that wasn't taken care of. At this point, Terence Crawford was fed up. That's why he took the deal with Avanesian. I believe that's his name. And he said, look, I'm going to get this quick bag in December and we can run it back. We can fight again. You know what I'm saying? We can fight, because he said the fight won't gonna happen until next year anyways. He said Floyd Mayweather is supposed to be, one of the spokesmen for, PBC, and, Terence Crawford was saying, look, the fight wasn't gonna happen anyways, so, until 2023. That's what Floyd Mayweather says. He said the fight isn't gonna happen this year. So he's looking at all of these different things, and Terence Crawford is thinking this to himself: how is he gonna make this fight and feed his family, and wait on a what if after 2022, when he has 5 to 10 million sitting right in front of him, and he can just go with BLK Prime and get that bag and fight a top 10 contender and go ahead and get that bag, and I don't fault Terence Crawford for that, man, because at the end of the day, man, Al Haymon should have got the deal done, straight up. Al Haymon should have been able to get the deal done. He is a promoter. He's a savvy businessman as well. A lot of people were saying that the money wasn't there with this fight, and that a lot of people aren't gonna buy this fight. They're talking about the fire stick and not paying the money and streaming it for free and stuff. So, with that being said, I just think that, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I feel like that's affect the fighters' pockets. I mean, they just said that the Deontay Wilder versus Helenius fight only did about 70,000 buys, which is far, far down from, the 100,000+. What is it about? I know it was over 500,000 that the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight did. So, you're dealing with over 500,000 in your very last fight, and then your very next fight after over 500,000 pay-per-view buys, you do 70. So it's just like, man, people. I think people are still buying pay-per-view, but they want to buy the real deal. They want to buy good fights, and I think people will actually come together and buy that Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. I really do. And I don't really think, from what Terence Crawford is saying, it doesn't look like, Errol Spence really wanted to make this fight, or wasn't. If he did, I'm not going to say wasn't trying to make this fight, but if he wanted to make this fight, from what Terence Crawford is saying, if he wanted to make this fight, I feel like he could have made this fight, I feel like the fight could have definitely got made. Terence Crawford doesn't have a promoter. Errol Spence does have a promoter. And it's just like, bro, at the end of the day, man, these fighters want to get paid, man. It's called prize fighting. It's not called pride fighting. It's called prize fighting with a Z instead of a D. Because a lot of these promoters out here, man, hey, man, it's looking like right now, man, it's looking like, Al Haymon, from what Terence Crawford is saying, it's looking like Al Haymon didn't get the job done. He could have got the job done, should have got the job done, but didn't get the job done. And he's saying, look, Terence Crawford is saying, look, I had $25 million, I had $25 million on the table. He said he had $25 million on the table, and that, for each fighter. He said $25 million for me, $25 million for you, Spence. And, you know, after they get paid their money, they would do an 80-20 split. Excuse me. But yeah, man, I just feel like, man, it's wild, man. It's wild the way this whole fight's going down, how it you know didn't get made, you know, and how everybody's pointing the finger. I really think that the promoters and shit and the management should be getting pointed the finger at the most right now. You know, we haven't heard Errol Spence's side of the story. I'm pretty sure he's gonna say something today. But right now, man, it's looking a little shady for your boy Errol Spence. Even though I know Errol Spence is a good fighter, he trains hard, you know. But it's not looking good for your boy right now because, I mean, he's always going to be good. I mean, he's getting millions of dollars to fight, but we want to see one motherfucking fight and one motherfucking fight only. And that's Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I don't really want to see all these other fights. I don't want to see Crawford versus Adesanya. I don't want to see that shit, man. I don't want to see that shit. Now, will I watch it? I probably will watch it. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it or not, but I'll watch it. Sure. I want to if I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money, man, I want to watch fights that actually are meaningful and actually mean a lot to the sport of boxing and to the legacy of both fighters. I mean, you guys gotta understand, man, these fighters have a legacy, you know? These fighters have a legacy, man. And I mean, are we going to have to wait till this fight is at 154 pounds? Because that's what it's looking like. It's looking like we're not going to see this fight, you guys, until possibly 2023, maybe 2024, maybe, and possibly maybe at 154, because I think this is going to be Errol Spence's last fight at 147, you guys. Mark my words. I think this Keith Thurman fight that he said he'll never fight. That's another thing Terence Crawford said. He said, you're such a truth. He said, but you lied because you said you would never fight Keith Thurman. And a lot of Spence fans are going to be like, well, you didn't fight, you know, Terence Crawford. You didn't fight Errol Spence, so he had to fight Keith Thurman. Errol Spence ain't got to do a damn thing. Errol Spence ain't got to do a damn thing. You know? But I'm pretty sure he's going to make that motherfucking money. And he going to get that paycheck. Wouldn't you? And they talking about what? You know, they talking some millions, man, to fight Thurman. Damn. It's late. It's early in the morning, y'all, but whew. I really want to know what you guys think about this, man. It's looking like Keith Thurman is going to fight Errol Spence next, and it's looking like Terence Crawford is going to fight Adesanya next, and then maybe the winners of both fights will get to see each other. But I mean, we all want to just see the Crawford versus Spence. This shit's playing out a little bit too long. And not only that, I think Jerron Boots Ennis and Stanionis is going to get in the middle of this after a while. And these are both two mandatories of Errol Spence. That's another thing Terence Crawford touched on. He said he didn't never duck his mandatories.